Section 6, Door Control System. 6.1 General. The door control system equipment supplied for the Amtrak's bi-level cars is used to operate the upper level doors and vestibule interior doors. Each door can be opened and closed by crew key or press switches at location. The door is designed for the passenger operation. Viva is to press the switches on each of the door panel. The inside switches are provided by the use of the crew means of eliminating the modifying passenger of the operation of the door. The control of the components of the body at the end of the doors, the vestibule interior doors are identically except for the crew key switches. The moderate door to the body and the door crew switches provides a disarm feature not included in the control circuitry of the vestibule interior doors. 6.2 The door system and 2 to provide proper normal operation at each of the location. Each of the crew switches is set its normal position, in which the crew switch is set normal. Each door control that can be open in the passenger pressing related to press of the switch assembly of the PPS or the KPS. Each door automatically closes automatically after a specific timing period, which determine adjustment of related time delay relay. The ETR, the system air supply using the air operated for the air cock of the regulated operation pressure regulator. The 270 psigs, the air pressure applied to the magnet of the valve, the OMV of the last cylinder at each of the end of the door engine to the small cylinder of the door engine through the flow of the control of the valve. When the magnet is disenergized, it closes. The regulated pressure is applied to the small cylinder with air pressure applied with the small cylinder. The door operator shaft rotates the operating direction of the door panel opens. The magnet of valve energized opens. The 70 psig pressure is applied to the large cylinder through the flow control valve. The air pressure applied to the large cylinder to the door operating outputs should rotate and closing the door panels. When the operating of the reaches the closed position, the cam operated valve is actuated to open the valve. Air pressure is applied to unrestricted the flow control valve. The large cylinder, the unrestricted pressure provides positive closing against the floor against the door panel. 6.2 Door operating mode. In order to the door panel, the operating magnet valve must be de-energized. The system of the valve is applied to the engine crew switch. Therefore, the availability of the door and signal is determined in the position of the crew switch. The crew switches of the contacts are listed below. The table shows the relationship between the switch position and the contacts. Table 6.1 of the crew switches contacts the position. The crew switch contact the ESS1 and number 1 normally open and disarmed. The ESNC2 enclosed and open is normally closed and open, and it's unopened and disarmed is closed. The ES2NC number 1 closed, normally closed and open on open entry. When the crew switch of the normal position normally closed, contacts are closed, and the system voltage is equipped for each of the pressure switch is the PPSS and the KPS. The system voltage is applied with the magnet valve, the OMV through the closed time, the delay relay, the ETDR valves. The magnet valve is energized through the door of the panel. This pressure switch is actuated the pressure of the contacts to close. The system voltage energized by the time delay relay. When the relay energizes the contact transfers, breaking the circuit of the magnet valve. The magnet valve de-energizes the door and is driven open. 6.2 Door open time delay. When the door is open, the length of time that remains open before closing is dependent upon adjustment of the time delay relay, and the application of the time delay relay is initially set provided the door to opening time of 15 seconds to 1698. The adjustment increments marked on the time delay and relay are shown at the relative point of the adjustment do not reflect the actual seconds. The adjustment time of the delay must include the time required to open the door panel as well as the 15-second door open time. 6.2 The door operator closing the mode. The door operating magnet valve is energized by the outer operator output that shows the relays of the closing direction of the door panel closes. The magnet valve is energized while the door open and elapses the time delay relay contacts the normal position and the normal position of the time relay delay relay contacts the complete circuit from the closed contacts of the crew switch of the magnet valve coil. 624 obstruction sensing feature. The door in the closing leading the edge of the door panel meets the obstruction. The door panel will reverse its movement. The panel reaches the opposite, reaches the open position. It remains open until the door is open in time elapsed. The manual will attempt to close if the obstruction is not removed. The panel will continue to recycle. The door's edge is deflected and result and pressure is transferred to the sensitive edge of the switch. This SES. The sensitive edge switch contacts close to the system voltage and energizes the time delay relay and described previous when the time delay relay is energized. It contacts and transfers the brake circuits for the cruise switch to the magnet valve, where the magnet valve is de-energized and the door is driven open. During the normal operation, the sensitive edge of the feature is cut out of the door panel, reaches the closed position accomplished for the cam actuated switch. The DLS on the door opener operator is actuated. The DLS contact open and system voltage is not applied to sensitive edge switching. 6.3 system components. 6.3.1 pneumatic door operator. The pneumatic door operator's gear differential type air operated electrically controlled assembly is designed and function of the car nominal 72 VDC's electrical 72 volt DC electrical supply of 10 P 140 PSIG compressed air supply. The operator assembly includes the air and engine consisting of the two-cylinder different diagrams joined together in the engine center. The engine center housing the gear supports the engine of the base plate. The piston assembles include the component attached for each end of the gear rack. The teeth of the rack of mesh of these gears. The gears attached for the shaft assembly. When the turn is connected to the operator slide assembly, including the operator assembly, multi-level assembly with the pivots of the fixed point on the base point. The lever is fixed on the two nylon rollers. One of the lever rollers will the operator slide assembly with the other roller moves the vertical door assembly to mounted to the trailing edge of the door panel. When the arrangement liner motion is translated to the rotary motion of the gear shaft and the side assembly. With each stroke of the piston, the gear rack returns to the gear shaft slide assembly multi-lever. This applies only to the closing of the door panel. Here is a pneumatic door opener. You see the. Let me zoom in. The air cock handle, the miniature control valve, the end cap, the flow control valve, open speed, magnet valve, the time delay relay, the flow control valve adjustment, closed speed, air pressure gauge. The air pressure indicating regulator adjustment knob. Aircock assembly. A rotary cutout assembly is series connected with the air supply to the door. The aircock is an integral part of the door operated set is to the open position during the normal operation. When the air of the cock is set to the closed position, the air supply of the engine is cut out and the air present to the engine cylinder is vented into the atmosphere. The pressure regulator adjustment to the air pressure regulator series is connected between the air cock assembly and the door operator. The regulator is integral. Operator may be provided with the desired output of the pressure. Any point of the range between 0 and 125 psig. The maximum supply pressure must not exceed 300 psig. The application of the air pressure regulator initially set to the provided operated passenger at 70 psig. The flow of the control valve. The flow to the control valve can include the parts of the door operated. They are installed on one each of the end of each cylinder of the engine assembly. The control valve is adjustment to the door opening, closing speed. The miniature control valve, the mechanically actuated miniature control valve connected with the airline large cylinder engines assembly. The valve, which, when actuated, open to apply more airflow to cylinder 6-7. Magnet valve. A magnet valve connected to the airline and to the large cylinder of engine cylinder. The cool magnet valve assembly operates the 72 voltage DC nominal power supply as connected with the magnet valve exhaust for the air of the large cylinder to the engine assembly. When de-energized, this causes the door panel to open to time delay. The plug-in type of the time delay relay is mounted on each of the doors. The relay operates the 70 volt DC nominal power supply, provides the time delay and removal voltage of the terminal number 5. The relay adjusts is from 5 to 25 seconds. The pressure switch assembly to the pressure switch assembly is provided by each of the door. The door assemblies are accessible to the passenger either side of the door panel located on the hand of the photo actuation. Each pressure is switch assembly consists of a push button, which is assembly mounted between two pressure plates. The pressure plates fit in two pieces of metal, and then are held in four compression springs held apart by four flexible clear plastic. Weather is provided for each switch, and when they are switch assembly mounted in steel-sided faces the outside body doors and towards vestibule interior doors. Um, 633 sensitive door edge assembly. A sensitive door edge is mounted in the leading edge of each door. Each assembly includes an elastomeric door edge which seal the chamber to the leading edge of the short volt length of the PVC tubing and the permanently cemented in the sealed chamber. And the tubing is here you see a press switch. The switch is on the door. The press switch is the foot hand fitted with a small push on the connector interconnection transfer the tubing sensitive edge of the pressure wave switch. The PVC tubing is provided with each of the sensitive door assembly. The tube is cutting into 6 foot lengths. Each length is a transferable tube. The sensitive door edge of the pressure wave switch. 634 pressure wave switch. A pressure wave switch mounting bracket is applied to the plate, providing each of the door slide. Assembly the pressure wave is attached to the climb provided by the mounting bracket. The lead door edge is the struck dooring and door closing mode of the pressure wave that transmitted the PVC tubing is switching and the causing contacts monetarily close to the curves of the door. The panel is cycled the pressure wave of the reset to the operating pressure output of the generated. The sensitive door edge is obstructed. The 635 key switch inside the body end of the door. 3 position key switch is provided by the upper level of the body and the door, and the key switch actuated the standard which key the switch position to open, normal, and close and disarm. The switch closed to the disarm position. The door panel cannot be activated in the passenger switches. The switch is designed so that it can be removed in any position. The switch M6106, the key switch of the 2-position assembly, similar to the body of the door key switch above. There is no disarm position provided. The 64 door control indicator 641 inside the switch in operation. Inside the switch of the body end of the door, 3-position open, normal, and disarm, and operated in the standard coach key. This is removable from any of the position, and the switch is placed in the open position. The door panel is driven open. The door panel will remain open until the switch is placed in the normal or disarm position. And the switch is placed in the normal position, and the door panel is driven closed. The door panel will remain closed until the switch is placed on the open position. One or more of the pressure switches is actuated. The switch is placed on the disarm position. The door panel is closed and cannot be opened by the passenger actuating the press switches. The inside switch of the vestibule interior doors of the 2-position open and normal, and the switch operation is like described. The switch is open above except for the disarm position. Here you see figure 6.3, a key switch body end of the doors open, normal, and disarm from the left to the right. And then you see a key switch vestibule interior door open and normal. 642, the door operating controls air pressure regulator, the air pressure of the operator adjustment, the turning the back of the adjustment knob of the pressure grade regulator, the air pressure to the open operator can be varied. The air pressure of the operator increasing the turning of the knob counterclockwise, described in the turning of the knob clockwise. An adjustable knob has a screw that should be loosened prior to the adjustment of the pressure regulator. Tightened one of the adjustment has been made. Adjustment pressure regulator 70 psi, indicating the pressure gauge of the time delay relay length of the time the door remains open after the reaching of the fully open position. Adjustable time delay relay, the ETDR. The door operator has a slotted adjustment screw for the setting of the time delay. A relay adjustment time the delay of the 15 to 10 seconds. The increments marked on the top of the relay of the relative position do not represent one of the second for each of the division. To adjust the time delay, electrical open the door panel, measure the amount of time the door remains open after the H has reached full open position. To increase the amount of time the door remains, turn the adjustment screw towards the number of the 10 mark on the relay. Turn the adjustment screw towards 0, marking to the decrease of the door opening time. Time delay setting required to achieve the proper door opening time relative to the open speed of the operator. The operator opening and closing should be adjusted prior to the setting of the time delay relay. Door operator speed control. The opening the speed control, closing the speed of the door operator, and closing the 2 points adjustment. One at the top of the engine of the large cylinder, other than the flow car control valve, the connected pressure regulator. Opening and closing. The opening speed adjusting is the flow of the control connected to the large cylinder. Each control valve has a knurled adjustment knob. The setting of the stem of the adjustment knob by a lock nut, which should be loosened to make adjustment. The tighten adjustment is made into the cap. Adjustment screw has lock nut, which should be loosened to make adjustments. Tightened to the adjustment is made. Chapter 7, Section 7, Communication System.